Hey guys, I just want to put a quick video out there. Point out some things that I find off about the world map. And I keep returning to the internet, thinking, my memory's just off. And then I go and look at things again, and I run into more and more things that blow my freaking mind every time. So, the first thing I'd like to point out, and I wish I knew some people in Florida, or a bunch of rich people to go on vacation everywhere all the time. So here's the bottom of Florida. Here's Miami, the city. So they're actually still showing a little bit of the street markings on that. In Key West, the Florida Keys seem much shorter and smaller than they used to be to me. But here's the Bahamas. And just down here is Havana. Now I know Havana never used to be that far, or isn't that far from Florida, but I don't think it was that close. This is insane to me, that I can be at this type of zoom in where I see the Florida Keys come down, and they're making almost halfway the distance to Cuba. And that the Bahamas is like, it's looking like 150 to 150 kilometers, if I was to estimate. I don't know, you guys can go look for yourselves, but in some sense, given the width of Florida here, it's a stone throw away from Florida. Why isn't this even why isn't it a part of Florida, right? Why didn't the U.S. take that? Look at it. Like hell. And look at this, the Turks and Caicos. This is their islands. You come up, and they stretch above, right up as high as West Palm Beach, Freeport. Now, I'm not from this area, and I don't have perfect memory of, how far Freeport is away from Miami or anything. But this is why isn't this part of the U.S.? Why isn't this just like the Florida Keys stretched out farther than the distance it is to get to Freeport? Seriously. Blows my freaking mind. I don't know. Any of you guys that don't remember this, sorry, I sound like a nut, but I know maps good, man. I used to gaze at maps so long. I am such a map guy. I guarantee that I'm in the top at least 1%, your average Joe Blow on maps. Many areas, mainly countries. And yeah, it blows my mind that I can go like this. Look at this. This is just remarkable to me. Now I know I got an aunt in the Dominican. Been there. She's been there for decades now. Runs a resort. So I knew Puerto Rico was pretty close. I don't know if it was quite this close, but there's no way Cuba was actually closer here. Wow. And Jamaica is right there. It's freak, man. People are I'm exaggerating here, but you grab your canoe and let's go to freaking Kingston and we'll stop over freaking. What the hell, man? You just go hopping here on the islands and the Turks and Caicos right up here. This is incredible to me. Incredible. Actually, I kind of remember Jamaica as being quite a bit out on its own. It was a stretch out from everything else. Not in the middle of nowhere completely, but compared to some of the islands being closer together. Just wow to me, dude. And then another one, which I wish I had better reference for whatever my old memory is, Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was off and it was close to Venezuela, and it was in relation to Venezuela in a sense almost. Actually, my mom has a friend there she used to write to see if she has a clue on anything. But it's it's on top of Venezuela. How is it not even a part of Venezuela, dude? Seriously, what the hell is that? And I get a better one for you, you guys who might have all the same things thinking or match with me at the moment. Here's one that'll blow your mind if you knew. And I do know. I did know, unfortunately. I think. I don't even know. Fuck knows anymore, man. So, how many years ago? 4 or 5, whatever, handful of years ago, working out of town, go to a bar in a small area there. We were doing construction, so in the evenings we'd mess off, go to a bar. Place had a karaoke area. Camrose, is it Camrose? Canmore, I think Camrose, Alberta. um, whichever one is west of Calgary. Anyhow, bar out there and they had karaoke. It was pretty sweet setup. Young people seemed to run it all, like younger, in their 20s and whatnot, running the whole show there. And it was a nice karaoke setup. They had all kinds of rap and everything, all different types of music, pop music, it's all different things and all the old shit. Anyhow, sorry, story short, dude did this song, black guy, kind of dreadish hair, really dark, did this mystical. He put down mystical like I never heard anybody put down mystical in my life. I was blown away, just freaking sweet. Anyhow, dude's like, so I end up talking to him, complimenting him, right, whatever, that was awesome. And especially kind of being, that's not the middle of nowhere, but you're not in a hard city or nothing. Thought, cool. Like, where are you from, dude? He's like, Caribbean. I'm like, oh yeah, and as much as I say I know countries well, I was a little onshore with the Caribbean, and I knew there was a chunk of islands involved. And I was like, oh yeah, the islands down there, like all the islands. And almost basically like saying the East or the West Indies, which I knew of the Indies at a very young age. I just knew maps, right? But I was a little off on the Caribbean, and I knew there was a Caribbean Sea, and he snapped on me, not literally, but he's like, no, the country, the Caribbean. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, it's a country. It's not the whole area. There's a country, the Caribbean country, and it's like it's his thing, right? It's his country, it's his home. So he wanted to put that down, and there was a moment there for that specific purpose, and I remember that quite clearly. It's one of the main things I remember about the guy right after awesome job on mystical. Scares me at the moment as if to know as if does that guy still exist? Because I tell you what doesn't exist is the country of the Caribbean. Oh dear heavens. I don't know where it was exactly, unfortunately, and it was like like there's the Caicos area, like maybe that I get a funny feeling like it may have been this. Not that it's the same, but this is what's left of it, the remnants, and really it would have been up around here in a bunch of dotted islands. And what's interesting is when I come into this island, which I don't have a clue about it. This is like freaking Twilight Zone shit to me, man. When I come into this, sorry for you guys that think it's totally off, but I'm like, wow, this is like a pretty populated area. And it is. And anyway, she's pretty dense. Like, that's some city stuff going on there. For just a chunk of islands off of Venezuela. And it is a resort area, or at least I'm pretty sure it's very much like a resort area, like a place like the Caribbean would be as a country. Palomar, I'm not familiar with it. I'm sure some of you are, maybe on both sides of things. Barbados is like not anything significantly different, and then not that I would think Barbados not necessarily much bigger, although I thought it was a couple islands, but like something to go with it. But I don't remember Barbados as being right next to everything else that was, I know it was really small, but it was a little bit off on its own, basically. I don't know about these anyway. And this is the U.S. Virgin Islands, and this is the U.S. Well, that doesn't make sense. The U.S. Virgin Islands. I hear an S in there, guys. Do you hear an S in there? I hear a freaking S in there. Because there's supposed to be an S in there. Because there's supposed to be more than one of them. I wish I had better previous knowledge, and I didn't. It was just whatever. There's an area down there. Yeah, Cuba's down there. I wasn't really strong on it. But I am strong on it, on shit. Wow. The British Virgin Islands. Like, what is it? Is this Puerto Rico or? Yeah, dude. That's Puerto Rico right there. Like, I'm telling you, this is warp. Time warp. Not time warp, but say just one guess. British Virgin Islands. That's what it consists of. Looks like only the ones you can even live on. What's this? Coral Bay. Another bay. Yeah, they got a bay town. Good, decent little bay town. And they connect. See, this is all mountain area, likely. You can't live there. Looks like someone snatched it up for National fucking Park. Wow, that's gross. The Brits. Doesn't surprise me. I guess that's a British-owned, controlled one, would assume. I don't really know right off. That's a weird-looking freaking... Puerto Rico was not a freaking rectangle-ish thing, man. Wow. Blow my mind, man. Look at this, though. The fact you can do this all in one take. And of course, I can go in a little bit more. Yeah, the fact I can do this. I already mentioned that. Wow. Alright, well, I guess I'll let you guys go. Obviously, this is in resemblance as well with South America. Okay, maybe I won't let you go yet. I'm from here. I'm good with maps. I know maps. I actually called back to ask my dad this funny question. If you go straight down where we are, where would you hit in reference to South America? Would you hit South America? Would you stay in the ocean? Would you be in the middle? His answer, same as mine. You might hit South America. It might be all ocean, or you might just be a little bit into that hump of Brazil that comes out right in this area. Because when you come straight down now, it's like damn near on the other half now of South America. It's just not the same. What it is to me this here, South America has been shifted over to compensate. All this got squished up. A lot of other people point out the Gulf of Mexico got closed off a little more. Cuba seems to have either held its size or got larger, but it's, I think, basically held its size. And same with this one, the Dominican, like their normal size. Puerto Rico shrunk. Not that it was as big as the Dominican, but it shrunk. Oh, another good one for you, Twilight, right here. I don't know if people remember. If not, I'll just be out to lunch to everybody else. But Bermuda Triangle. What 3 countries is it? I know what 3 areas, countries, cities, whatever. I know what 3 it is. I'll tell you what 3 it is. It's Miami, it's Bermuda, and it's Havana. Right there. Havana, Cuba is the 3rd city, 3rd location of the Bermuda Triangle. And now it isn't. When you Google it, it's Puerto Rico. Twilight shit right there, dude. Twilight shit right there. It's actually, from my view, it's evil. It's a spell. But it's really different now. It isn't just our eyes. It is this way now. And has always been this way now. We didn't exactly experience it. Physically we may have, but we really didn't ourselves. I don't know, man. There's probably a lot of people that disappeared. It's along the lines of quantum mechanics, and somehow they get that mixed with evil. They pull it off with CERN. That's my take. I got a whole lot more reasons why that seems true. Sorry guys, I'll let you go. Peace out.